Good morning, I'm Brian and this is Practical Readiness. Thanks for joining me on my project to build a raised garden bed and learn the ins and outs and figure out what to do and what not to do. So today's update is a couple things of what not to do and some challenges I'm facing. So this location is about the best I could find in the yard as far as sunlight and shade's concerned. It's a pretty shady yard in the afternoon. The morning sun is mostly back here, but the morning shade is all up front. It's not until about 10 o'clock that this bed really starts seeing the sunlight. So that's one problem I'm facing, is that there's not a whole lot of sun to keep this bed dry and give these plants a lot to work with, but it's about the best I can do. So you may have seen my other video about building this automatic watering system. It's worked great. In fact, a little too great. I think I may have underestimated the amount of water that I'm getting out of this thing. So what I did initially is I had the bucket set up over here about 4 feet away from the bed and a soaker hose running through. I think the droop was enough to make all the water leak out, or most of it. And the bed was staying pretty dry. I lost most of the cucumbers. So what I did was move the bucket to the bed on the corner here. The soaker hose is all contained within the bed now. And I think I've got way too much water. In fact, when I opened up the bucket this morning, it's pretty much full. Now it's got that drain right there. There's no valve. It's just an open soaker hose. So I'm kind of curious. I'm not sure why it's not gravity draining. Maybe you guys can give me some tips, some information. I don't know if there's dirt that's already seeped in and clogged up the line. It's only been a few days now. So that's one curiosity I get to tackle. If you guys have any hints, please let me know. So I think my remedy to fix that is going to be to move to a bigger tank with a little bit more height and run a gravity timer on it. I think that's going to limit the amount of water going to the bed as well, because what I've found is that this bed is continuously moist. It's when I pick up the dirt, I wouldn't say it's soaking wet. It's kind of the ideal moisture, but it's all day long. It never really dries, in fact. This morning when I came out here, about 10 o'clock, it was very moist, like it still had dew on it, probably did, but I found a lot of mushrooms. So I got mushrooms coming up and I don't like that. I started these plants with peat pellets, so I can see moss beginning in some of these places. So I've got a wet bed going on and I'm not sure that's ideal. So I think to move this over, put it on a timer, and limit the amount of water going in is going to be better off. I don't know if this is ideal for the plants. They seem to have slowed down a little bit in their growth since I moved them into this bed. The cucumber is still holding on, but I think the bugs are getting to it. The stem seems a little wilty, but it's doing okay. It's a neat project. Next thing I want to do is come across with mulch and go ahead and cover the top of this, build up the root base on the tomatoes a little bit. But other than that, this is it's a learning process. The bucket, the hose is not ideal, but again, that'll be a bigger tank. So if you've got any tips or suggestions for me, please, I'm all ears. Because we've got a couple of months left before it starts cooling off a little bit, and I'd love to see some fruit come out before then. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.